Alright, how's it going, Martians? Welcome back to the report. I got two articles for you today, and I'm going to condense them both into just one short video for you guys. I hope you all are enjoying your Christmas Eve, having a great day over there in the States, or wherever you are in this world. At any rate, the article that we're going over today is from You Today. Both of them are actually from You Today. Both are written by Alex Dovbigno, Dovbigno, something like that. At any rate, first article is titled Ripple's XRP called Brilliant Technology that Thrives Off Swift's Failures by Prominent Economic Analyst. The other article is talking about how Brad Garlinghouse is going to speak at the 55th Global Forum. So, real quick before we jump into these articles, as always, if you're new, be sure to hit the subscribe and ring that bell so you can be notified of all of my videos, and be sure to leave me a like, especially if you like the video. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the first article here. It begins, American economist Jeffrey Tucker, who serves as the editorial director at the American Institute for Economic Research, AIES, opined that Ripple's XRP is a brilliant technology during a recent episode of Boom Bust on RT. Tucker explained that Ripple's quick rise to the top had been propelled by failing traditional financial systems in the likes of Swift. I think that it's an extremely important technology that is thriving because it's thriving off the failures of this antique Swift system, Tucker told Russia Today. So, picking up the slack, Tucker said that XRP could potentially change the world even though many man on the street investors are not interested in this proprietary technology. Ripple is doing what legacy financial systems failed, providing fast money transfers in the age of rampant globalization. Moreover, according to the prominent economist, XRP is more valued in its stability than as a means of conducting cross-border payments. The word XRP and stability might sound ludicrous in the same sentence given the token's price has depreciated by more than 56% this year. However, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse stated that XRP was less volatile than Swift since its transactions are nearly instantaneous. And this is something that we've heard from Brad describing how the typical Swift transaction, even the fastest one, takes 2 to 3 days to settle, whereas settles with XRP occur within 3 seconds. And so there's something on the order of magnitude of 20,000+ seconds within it's within the 3 hours in a rapid settlement for Swift's quickest method of settling, whereas it's 3 seconds for XRP. And so there's tens of thousands of seconds involved in those transactions where they have to settle in sometimes very volatile third world currencies such as the Mexican peso or the Filipino peso, where the currency can fluctuate multiple percentage points within a few days or few hours. So at any rate, XRP is not a security is the next section here, and as reported by You Today, there is a pending class action lawsuit against Ripple over illegal sales of XRP tokens. When asked to weigh in on XRP's status as a security, Tucker vehemently opposed classifying it as one. He claimed that federal securities laws in the US didn't pertain to such cutting-edge technologies. What we are trying to do is reclassify these super modern 21st century technologies and old 20th century categories. It doesn't actually make any sense. Later, he continued to say that the only reason why the SEC kept doing that, was to keep regulations and save the bureaucrats. Should XRP be classified as a security? Feel free to leave your comment. Well, my comment is absolutely not, right? I think everybody in the XRP community can agree that it, with Tucker here, that it doesn't make any sense to even try to label XRP as a security. It is very clearly a asset and in many ways a currency, so no, it should not follow under security laws. But let's jump into the more exciting article, the one that this video is titled after, and that being that Brad is going to speak at the 55th Global Forum. So, this article begins by stating, Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, will be one of the key speakers during the 55th Global Forum, which will take place on March 13th through 14th in Singapore. The event is organized by the Warhol School, the business school of the University of Pennsylvania, that was founded with the help of the American industrialist Joseph Wharton. So, the Global Forum gathers a think tank of business leaders, government officials, and academics who share their perspectives in different business spheres. Okay, so I'm probably not going to be able to attend this. It sounds like it's kind of a suit and tie affair that I would not be able to get entry into. Maybe I'll loiter out front and be like, Brad, comments, concerns, how'd it go? Maybe we'll see. At any rate, I'm just upset I didn't get an invite to Swell. Really, that's where this is coming from, But anyway, the event has been already held in 31 countries. Notably, Garlinghouse will be the only representative from the cryptocurrency industry who will join the conversation. The list of speakers also includes the representatives of JPM, MasterCard, as well as central bankers. So here's a list of individuals. We have Priyathorn Devakula, who with the WG70 of Thailand. Alison Eskison, MasterCard Center for Inclusive Growth. Peter Fodder from PAR 15, PAR 18 of the Wharton School. Alex Feldman, G90, U.S. Asian Business Council. Obviously, Brad Garlinghouse of Ripple. And then Jeffrey Garrett of the Wharton School. So, making a case for XRP, most likely Garlinghouse will use the stage to promote the adoption of the XRP cryptocurrency and touch upon the development of the broader cryptocurrency industry. He recently predicted that the world's biggest banks would adopt crypto in the following year, but a lot of coins would also disappear from the map. As reported by You Today, Garlinghouse made a bold claim that 99.9% of all crypto trading is driven by price speculators during his interview at the Economic Club of New York that took place on October 8th, which we covered. So, and I don't think that that's such a bold claim as much as it's very true. I mean, you could arguably, it's even more than 99.9%. I'd say it's probably 99.99% of all trading done in crypto is purely speculative, because at the moment, XRP is the only digital asset that I'm aware of that has actual utility value being used. You could maybe argue that BAT does too, because there is some volume through BAT that's going through, like, the ad revenue that people who are receiving ads from Brave are receiving BAT tokens, and so that's a utility. And then you could say maybe the same for tokens like Steem token, STEEM, not to be confused with Steam, the game or the gaming platform. But those are very, very minuscule amounts of value being moved compared to what Ripple is moving. And so even collectively, I highly doubt that I think that it's very accurate for Brad to say that 99.9% of all crypto trading is driven by just speculators right now, and that's very true. And so what we're hoping to see, and what I think Brad is projecting to see in 2020, is a stark shift from that very massive majority of all trading being speculative to more institutional backing and funding for the purpose of utility purposes through these coins. And it won't just be XRP. We'll also see VeChain being utilized in 2020 as well, most likely for mainly in China for commerce. But It remains to be seen when in 2020 most of this really begins. Since this forum is being held on March 13th to 14th, I think it's safe to say that the first quarter of 2020 is going to be relatively uneventful, but with any luck, hopefully the second and third quarter, much like in 2019, we'll see this market rally, and this will also coincide quite nicely with the Bitcoin halving in May, I believe. May, right? Somebody correct me in the comments. It's either March or May. It's one of the M months. I think it's May 20th. Maybe it's April. Now I'm all confused. At any rate, I haven't been keeping too close to tabs on Bitcoin, so I'm kind of scatterbrained on Bitcoin's what's going on with Bitcoin right now. But at any rate, we do know that. Sorry, hitting my mic. We do know that Bitcoin is halving. Don't laugh at me. Oh. Magenta is laughing, and apparently at her show, not at me. This is the first time I've recorded with somebody else in the room, so if I'm sounding rushed and whatnot, that's why. I'm not used to recording with somebody else and paying attention to me. Even though there are thousands of you who watch my video, it's very uncomfortable for me to have somebody else watching over my shoulder as I record. At any rate, I hope you, now that I've derailed myself, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. As always, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like on your way out, and I'll see all you guys in tomorrow's videos. We'll be back to doing 2 or 3 videos again tomorrow. Just didn't have too much time today, so I wanted to condense the articles that I was able to find into one for you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found this article especially, that Brad will be giving be one of the main presenters at the global forum. So, and he's the only person in crypto involved. So yeah, it's exciting stuff, and hopefully we'll get some more breadcrumbs from this speech in March. So I'll see you guys all in the next video. As always, on Mars.